Well, hello. This is Skip here again. I've been quite active lately, and this happens to be a kind of an impromptu. But I wanted to touch bases on something that's been a hot topic lately, and um, in my circles, and I think it's really important, and I really have been giving this an awful lot of thought, and actually one way or another for an awful long time. I don't know if you've seen the video from the 1955. Notice the phone in the background. Isn't that great? One of the features of live live broadcasts. Um, anyway, there's a video that was done in the early 50s, mid 50s, the by Earl Nightingale called "The Strangest Secret." And if you've never seen it, I recommend it. It really points out some things. If you look at what makes it successful, why it is that I think the current statistic is 96% of the people who have an idea in life, they want to accomplish something, they want to grow, they want to develop. Why 96% of us just don't? We never make it. Why is that? What causes that to happen? Um, and the strangest secret is just great for really identifying that, what it is, and why it is. He starts out by saying people just don't think. And I think that there's an awful lot of truth to that. But you know what? We tend to conform to the norm. Um, we figure out who we are, what we're capable of, and we function according to the norm of the current culture. And I don't know about you, but I think the current culture is a little bit scary. Um, if you really want to make something of yourself, if you really want to accomplish something, it takes more than just well, I'm going to do something, so you start doing it. You want to start a business, you want to become wealthy, whatever. So you go online and you find a program and you follow it and you do it. But people get eaten up by that all the time. There's something I've mentioned this in other programs I've done that what I call the it's the spaghetti effect. There's this concept where you take spaghetti, throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, it's done. Well, online, there's such a thing, I think, as an internet wall where people throw stuff up against the wall, and if it works and if it takes, and so some people have some success with it, great, but the majority of them don't. They go away. So the people that are going in and trying it, they try something, it doesn't work out, they spend money and whatnot, so they end up losing time and money and all that in the effort. Well, how do we avoid that? And how do we put ourselves in a position that we can really grow and achieve what it is we want to achieve? How do we become, rather than the 96% who conform to the norm, how can we become the 4% who achieve something more, who accomplish something in life that they want to? How do we become that 4%? Well, that's why I talk about the 4% challenge. And the 4% challenge is just that, it's a challenge. And what it does is it challenges you to take a look at yourself. To examine your why. Why is it you're doing what you do? Why is it you're working toward something more? What is the big why? You know what? This thing is. Oh yeah, I guess it's counting down. I was just looking up there and looking at my counter and wondering if it was still running. It is. Good. Anyway, so why is it that how do we develop the why? How do we develop a track to run on that can really establish that belief that we can rise up against our circumstance, rise above our current culture, and really achieve something more? How does all that work? Well, you've heard me talk before about the 4% challenge, and the 4% challenge is one of the most powerful things I've seen on the internet. Now, up until now, the 4% challenge has been geared specifically to build one's self-esteem, build you up, and as a part of that, put you at a place where you can enjoy the fruits of that and actually combine that with the business. And it's a specific business. It's also laid out so you have an option that if you want to use that training that you learn in there, which includes your personal development, it includes understanding systems online. It understands how do you market, build, and scale a business, and it can be any business. It can be whatever you want it to be. If you're an insurance person, if you're a roofer, it doesn't matter what the business is. How do you scale that business? How do you grow it and develop it? Well, the new version of 4% has gotten even more specific, and it's been very effective, very positive, very powerful, and has just changed an awful lot of lives for those who have gone the step-by-step process to become stronger in and of themselves, stronger in their ability to function online, stronger in being able to identify and establish a system and make all that work. Now, it's going to a place where it doesn't, there's a lot of different industries that it addresses. So if you're in real estate, there's a section for you that helps you understand how do you develop it within your niche. If you're a network marketer, powerful for internet marketers. You know, in network marketing, it's a great concept. A lot of people have gotten very wealthy. A lot of great products have been shared in network marketing. The only problem or challenge is that you have to talk to people you know, that circle of friends, and the more what they call the warm market. And pretty soon you're no longer welcome at the family reunion and what have you. You know, and a lot of people are just not willing to do that. They're not willing to stretch themselves out and talk to people about whatever the opportunity. So it becomes a limiting factor in and of itself. So how do you get around that? Well, the new system that's online, that's brilliant. I think it's the system of the future in terms of the way the system is established. And there is step-by-step training for that. But you can apply that specifically if you want to identify network marketing as an objective and apply it there. But first, putting things in order, it's about that personal development, having your why, knowing how to step-by-step build yourself up to a point where your expectations can be met. You have those real expectations, and then you apply the business model, and it works. So that will be released soon. It's kind of in a revamp, and they're increasing the platform. They're creating a personal hub for personal branding and a bunch of things that go along with it that are phenomenal. I don't think that there's ever been another thing like it. And I've spent a lot of time searching on the net for various programs. I've been involved in a lot of things. I don't think that there's anything comparable to it out there. And so I share this because it is different, it is powerful, and it's something that anybody, I have a little saying, live life on purpose with purpose. If my purpose can be met by helping some other folks, if just a few people step up and take advantage of it, hallelujah, that'd be great. You know, and I don't care where you are relative to your faith, if you're a believer or non-believer or whatever, there's a great scripture that says, you know, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper, not to harm you, plans for a hope in the future. Well, I have a hope for the future, and I know I'm no young kid, but it doesn't matter how old you are or how young. There's always something more. There's always something to look forward to. Well, wouldn't it be nice to know that there's a plan that if you spend a little time, and here's an important issue, spend a little bit of time, do the training, get the education, get yourself prepared for what you're about to experience. You may not think of yourself as a leader, but when you become successful, you automatically slide into a leadership role. You've done something that others want to do, you're setting an example, and others would be willing to follow. That makes you a leader. So if you want to be a leader, if you want to prep yourself for that, it takes a little time. And just what if? What if it took you a year of working part-time to put together a system that changed your life for the rest of your life? Put you in a place where you have financial freedom and time freedom, and you can make choices, and you no longer have to punch a clock. Would it be worth it? What if it took you 6 months? Pretty good. What if you could do it in a matter of weeks or months, depending on where you're starting from? Is it possible? Absolutely, and people have been doing it. That's the cool thing. And it's cool because it doesn't matter who you are, what your background. If you really decide you want to make it, you want to press through, you can. Absolutely can. And this is a step-by-step program. Puts all the pieces in place. So you work on the things you need to work on, you get yourself primed and ready, and then you take the steps to build the business, whether it is something that you want, that you already have, you're already involved in, or you want to be, or you're looking for an opportunity, whatever it is, it takes you through that place where, guess what? You can do it. So I just completed the first stage of a website where I'm talking about, you know, megatrends. By the way, this is a megatrend. Online systems have evolved, and you no longer go on and just, you know, post an advertisement, wait for people to come to your website and buy stuff, because it doesn't work. There's such a thing as a system, and a system is this amazing thing that where elements may be some, you know, you got the autoresponders and the capture pages and all this stuff and part of the system. Well, it's one thing to have the system. It's another thing to learn about strategies and what have you that make that system really work. How do you take that system and take it to the next level? And that's what we're talking about. Advanced training in systems and how to make it work. And step-by-step instructions is how to build it and get it there. And if you're motivated and you're willing to overcome some of the challenges, you get it there, and it's amazing. All of a sudden, you go from that 96% to that 4%. And that's the objective. That's what we're all trying to achieve. So saying that, I've put up a website, and it's propelaffiliatemarketing.com, and I'll put the link in here for you. But the objective is that I have is to offer up some information, go in and look at. You can, by the way, the Strangest Secret that was recorded, I have that in the website. It's about a 30-minute watch, And it's worth it if you. Well, it's just worth it. How else can I put it? It's worth the 30 minutes it's going to take to watch that. I also have some other information there, and I have a link. And I also have, by the way, I have a report in there that if you put your information in it, you automatically get a free report on current megatrends and some things that are going on that I find useful. People are enjoying it. So a lot of information. So I encourage you to go to the website and put your information in, and it'll automatically send you this report and whatnot. But it's for some people this is going to be a review. For other people this is going to be a great opportunity. There's a lot here, and again, live. You okay? I think she's okay. My sweetie had a cough. Anyway, I encourage you to go and take a look and watch the Strangest Secret. That is a powerful piece of information. Like I said, it's 30 minutes that it'll take to do it, but it's worth it. And I got a lot of other information in there, including an outline of a system that is the current model for how things work online. There's a lot of value, so I encourage you to go and take advantage of it. We are who we are. We have gotten this far because of our past and our experiences and all that, but we don't have to accept the idea that we can't change. We don't have to accept the idea that if we've never really succeeded that we never will, or any of that kind of stuff. You make up your mind that you really want something more, and you got a strong and powerful reason why. There's no reason you can't. It really isn't. So hopefully this is a track you can run on. Again, I encourage you to go to the website, take a look, and hopefully this can make a difference for you as you go down the road. I'm going to be putting up a lot of other information on the system itself and how it functions, so I can kind of give you a heads up so you understand it, and understand that while there's a basic system that is by itself not totally uncommon, the use and the strategies and the methods of how it applies and how you use that tool, that's evolved, and it's evolved to levels that are amazing. And we no longer have to rely on one source, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or whatever. All those things can change. Algorithms can change. We can find ourselves kind of up against it because all of a sudden where you thought you were being successful, it changes because the algorithms changed. So the system shows you how strategies you can get around that. And not all of your marketing, not all of the material that's going to advance your business are online. Little hint there. There's a lot of things you can do actually offline as well. So there's some awesome strategies as you go into it. And by the way, something else that occurred to me before we cut it off here. When you go into the challenge, you'll find that there's a whole lot of information and training that's absolutely free. Information that historically has been worth not just hundreds, but literally thousands of dollars that people have paid for this kind of training because it's very advanced training. So there's all kinds of free stuff. There's some programs that are specific, very specific trainings that you can gain, and some paid programs as well. But there's so much that's free that by itself will change your life. So I'm climbing up on toward the 15-minute mark on this. And I could ramble on and on and on. And I sometimes do, but follow this if you would. Go in there and like and share and stuff on this. And I appreciate it. And I wish you all the best in your adventures. And I'm hoping that we can connect. So thank you for watching. And we'll be in touch again, and God bless, and we'll talk to you again later. Bye. As soon as I can figure out how to turn this thing off.